Ilya Sutskever is leaving OpenAI. Google I.O. kicked off yesterday with some big announcements. And X now treats the term cisgender as a slur. It's Wednesday, May 15th, and this is Engadget News. Ilya Sutskever has announced on X that he's leaving OpenAI almost a decade after he co-founded the company. He's confident that OpenAI will build artificial general intelligence that is both safe and beneficial under the leadership of CEO Sam Altman, President Greg Brockman, and CTO Mira Murati. In his own post about Sutskever's departure, Altman called him one of the greatest minds of our generation and credited him for his work with the company. While Sutskever and Altman praised each other in their farewell messages, the two were embroiled in the company's biggest scandal last year. In November, OpenAI's board of directors suddenly fired Altman and company president Brockman. Sutskever, who was a board member, was involved in their dismissal and was the one who asked both Altman and Brockman to separate meetings where they were informed that they were being fired. According to reports that came out at the time, Altman and Sutskever had been butting heads when it came to how quickly OpenAI was developing and commercializing its generative AI technology. Both Altman and Brockman were reinstated just 5 days after they were fired, and the original board was disbanded and replaced with a new one. Shortly before that happened, Sutskever posted on X that he deeply regretted his participation in the board's actions. He then stepped down from his role as a board member, and while he remained chief scientist, the New York Times says he never really returned to work. Sutskever shared that he's moving on to a new project that's very personally meaningful to him, though he has yet to share details about it. As for OpenAI, it recently unveiled GPT-4o, which it claims can recognize emotion and can process and generate output in text, audio, and images. Google I.O. kicked off Tuesday, and the Engadget crew is covering everything from Mountain View. Yesterday, Google announced a brand new AI model called Gemini 1.5 Flash, which it says is optimized for speed and efficiency. Flash sits between Gemini 1.5 Pro and Gemini 1.5 Nano, which is the company's smallest model that runs locally on device. Google said that it created Flash because developers wanted a lighter and less expensive model than Gemini Pro to build AI-powered apps and services while keeping some of the things like a long context window of 1 million tokens that differentiates Gemini Pro from competing models. Google also showed off Project Astra, an early version of a universal assistant powered by AI that Google's DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis said was Google's version of an AI agent that can be helpful in everyday life. In a video that Google says was shot in a single take, an Astra user moves around Google's London office, holding up their phone and pointing the camera at various things, a speaker, some code on a whiteboard, and out a window, and has a natural conversation with the app about what it sees. In one of the video's most impressive moments, the AI correctly tells the user where she left her glasses, without the user ever having brought up the glasses. In other reveals, Google Photos was already intelligent when it came to searching for specific images or videos, but with AI, Google is taking things to the next level. If you're a Google One subscriber in the U.S., you will be able to give Google Photos a complex task like, show me the best photo from each national park I visited. The feature rolls out over the next few months. Google Photos will use GPS information as well as its own judgment of what is best to present you with options. You can also ask Google Photos to generate captions to post the photos to social media. And Google is integrating Gemini directly into Android. When Android 15 releases later this year, Gemini will be aware of the app, image, or video that you're running, and you'll be able to pull it up as an overlay and ask it context-specific questions. Now, where does that leave Google Assistant that already does this? Who knows? Google didn't bring it up at all during yesterday's keynote. And there were a bunch of other updates, too. Google said it would add digital watermarks to AI-generated video and text, make Gemini accessible in the side panel in Gmail and Docs, power a virtual AI teammate in Workspace, listen in on phone calls and detect if you're being scammed in real time, and a lot more. And if you missed it yesterday, you can catch up on what Sundar Pichai revealed in his 2-hour keynote speech. Spoiler alert, it's mostly about AI. Coverage continues today. Check back throughout the day for all the latest tech news at Engadget.com. The increasingly discriminatory social media platform X now considers the term cisgender a slur. Owner Elon Musk posted last June that cis or cisgender are considered slurs on the platform. On Tuesday, X made good on the regressive provocateur's stance and reportedly began posting an official warning that the LGBTQ inclusive term could result in a ban from the platform. Not that you'd miss much. TechCrunch reported on Tuesday that trying to publish a post using the terms cisgender or cis in the X mobile app will pop up a full-screen warning reading, "This post contains language that may be considered a slur by X and could be used in a harmful manner in violation of our rules." It then gives you the choice of continuing to publish the post or conforming to the backward views of the worst of us and deleting it. Of course, neither form of the term cisgender is a slur. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by senior editor Pranav Dixit and contributors Mariella Moon and Will Shanklin, and was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.